Did somebody say senpai? Cause I think I just heard someone say senpai.
Fuck.
Hello and welcome to another episode of WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast from GigaBoots.com. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me is Jay Fromhailzeondotcom and Bob.
I'm here too.
Cool. Are you from something?
GigaBoots.com.
I've never heard of that.
What the fuck is a GigaBoot?
I don't know. It's probably close to Samuel Flash.
Are those like moon boots? Like those things that like those like little springy
Nickelodeon
things? Yeah.
springy shoes from the 1990s.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I always wanted those.
Right?
Didn't you say you used one?
No, I've never actually.
I met a person who actually got to use them. Was that you?
Yeah, they were bought for my brother, so they never really fit me. And then by the time I grew into them, that had passed, and all the rubber bands had worn out long ago.
Right. That's kind of.
Oh man, I think it had rubber bands.
Yeah, that whole thing worked on rubber bands.
Yeah, it was all based on elasticity, so it
What
seemed
ghetto
like
shit?
Yes. Absolutely that.
Man.
But we're reviewing two animes today. It's Sound Euphonium and Punchline. Mm-hmm. Sound has an exclamation point after it.
So it's Sound Euphonium.
Euphonium. We're going to review Sound Euphonium first, but before that, hey guys. We took a break for a bit there. How's it been going? You doing all right? Jay Fromhailzeondotcom?
Yeah. Oh, I got some interesting news.
Yeah?
And it's not Dragon Ball related.
That's good.
Great. Yeah.
Bringing something not Dragon Ball related.
Okay.
How dare you?
So you remember that one magical boy anime we talked about?
Earth Defense Club Love High.
Yeah.
High goes in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
I wasn't even gonna try to remember the damn name. So the DVD Blu-ray combo set, finally got announced. It is from Ponycan USA, the company I thought it was going to be released by.
Okay.
Oh man, it's like a single volume, 4 episodes, I think.
What?
And it is, I think it was $72.
How nostalgic.
MSRP $90 though.
Whoa.
How nostalgic.
I was just
Was
like,
anime ever that expensive in the US?
fucking no.
I didn't think so.
I came from the dark age. It was never that bad. Well, because they're charging like Japanese and it's like, oh well, it's a premium set, and it's like, no, it's an oversized fucking DVD case. It's like, it's a fucking duplex case or whatever. It's like, so it's twice as tall because the discs are stacked one on top of the other, and then it comes with, I think, like a poster and like a reversible cover or some shit.
Does it even have a dub?
No! It is
not.
sub only. It is the worst. Like, cause seriously, when people are like, man, Aniplex are ripping people off, I'm like, you know what? Aniplex is charging below Japanese prices, and, they do occasionally do dubs. They do high quality box sets, so I can't complain too much. These guys, they are charging way more than the fucking Japanese do at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Are they even Blu-rays? Or those DVDs?
It's Blu-ray DVD.
Oh,
Okay, so
great.
it's both.
Yeah.
By the way, I remember the name. It's Cute High Earth Defense Club Love.
Yeah, love.
So that's cool.
Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up, considering, we were like, well, I mean, if it came out at like some cheap-ass price and had a funny dub, yeah, I could recommend it. I can't recommend that ever now because it doesn't have a dub, so it's still the sub. And it's fucking like $70-something a goddamn volume, not box set, volume. Ugh. Like,
is a good.
Great. It feels good.
Thank you for bringing that to the attention of our listeners.
You're welcome.
So, hey, we're here to review some anime. Let's talk about Sound Euphonia.
Or is
Euphonium?
it Euphonium, I think.
Yeah.
I've never
think
heard
it's
this instrument
Euphonium.
before this.
Yeah.
Same here.
I've
seen
seen
it.
it.
Real?
I'm pretty
didn't-
sure it's real. I've seen like pictures of those.
Like, I didn't know that was an instrument until I was watching the anime. It's like, here, have the euphonium. And I was just like, oh, that's what this anime is named after. Gotcha. Okay, I'm on board now.
I believe you when you say that exists. Turns out it doesn't. We're all jackasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, in any case, Bob, who did this anime?
This anime is Kyoto Animation, so of course it's real pretty.
Yeah.
It has Lucky Star, K-On!, Nichijou. That's only a small list of the
It
massive
just
amounts
goes
they've done.
Haruhi, fucking like the second and third season of Full Metal Panic. It just goes on and on and on.
I like when you could watch the main character's face shift between each of those animes. It's like, now she's a bit Haruhi. Oh, there's the Lucky Star face as she runs away nervous.
Honestly, like I would say this one's... Well, okay, never mind. I actually haven't seen like K-On!, so I'm pretty sure like this art style is more K-On! Than anything.
Gotcha.
Probably. I haven't seen K-On! Either.
Yeah, I need to fix that because I hear K-On!'s really good.
Yeah, I mean, I really like seeing the really well-drawn instruments in this, and
Yeah.
that has really well-drawn instruments
Yeah.
that I actually might care about more.
Right?
But
Which, let me state, for the record, a slice of life with really well-drawn instruments is far more appealing than a slice of life with really well-drawn food that looks goddamn disgusting.
And are you referencing anything specific there? or-
Yeah, Yakitate, Japan.
Oh, okay.
I don't think any part of that was well-drawn, but okay.
That's a slice of life. Okay, here we go.
It's a slice of shonen life.
We have tournaments all the time
Yeah.
in our regular life, okay?
I mean, like, seriously, like, I can't, like, clock into work without, like, having to have some sort of fucking retail battle with a dude.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. You know, it just sucks. But Bob, who's the director?
The director is Tatsuya Ishihara. He did Clannad, Love Chunibyu, and Other Delusions, and Nichijou. So
Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions is one title. That's
Yes.
the title of one television
And-
Yeah,
series.
that's actually a really popular one. So
Is it?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that was actually really popular.
You know
like,
the
a few
booty
years ago.
shake that's
Yes.
the Skull Girls campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from that.
Well, damn. I need to watch that. This has got that booty quick.
Oh, see, apparently I've seen a different video because I'm thinking of like the one where it's like, whoop whoop, pull over that ass too fat, woo. It's just like that for like an hour.
Good. Excellent. That sounds like a good anime.
That's totally what the anime was. I watched like 2 seasons of it. It just
Thank
didn't
God.
stop.
Thank God. Because if you got that booty quake, you should never stop. But yeah, so the original creator, this is the only thing they've done. It was originally a light novel.
Yeah, his name is Ayano, or her name, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Takeda.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm waiting for like like the day we say they're like, yeah, it's their only work. And some asshole's gonna be like, actually, you forgot about the dojin that they did in 1920. And it's like, fuck you.
1920, what they draw a dojin of World War II?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
And
20
they were
years before it
psychic.
happened.
They were psychic, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say 1992, and I came out as 22.
They're just like, I'm gonna
Whatever,
draw
they're really old.
I'm gonna draw this dojin. Hopefully this will happen.
Also, what's a dojin?
Why are all these guys fucking each other? I'm
I'm
confused.
so confused. But
I must see into the future to see all
all the dudes fucking.
Yes.
I mean, if you have future sight, that's the only good use.
Right? Like yaoi and tentacle porn.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Bob showed me a trailer
For yaoi and tentacle
for
porn.
a really good
God, that.
anime that's coming out. What was it? Monster Girl anime?
Monster Musume, I think.
Yeah, Monster Musume, and it's
What the
a
fuck?
sort of harem. It's got a normal dude, but then it's got like
It's just
it's got everything. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
like.
it's got Lumia, the snake girl, Harpy.
oh god, is it based off of that
It is
that video game that freaking visual novel
I think it-
hentai thing?
I think it's actually a popular manga too. I'm not sure which one came first, but it
Okay,
looks,
because like I know that there was like some dojin visual novel thing that had lowly monster girls that were hypersexualized, and I think there was fuck scenes in it.
So yeah, this
I don't
is.
think that these would qualify as lowly, so I don't know if it's that.
Oh, okay.
They're underage though, so
Well, I mean, in Japan, it's all legal. What's that? 8? Yeah, sure, spread them.
sure, why not?
So we should probably talk about this anime.
One of you two lead. I don't know.
Okay. It's a slice of life about a girl in high school. Yeah, they're like it's a slice of life about being in a fucking music club. I mean, they're really like they're doing a band thing. They're like it's just them participating in the band, and getting better and reaching towards their goals. And yeah,
The intro finished and it showed a silhouette of something like 60 students.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
the first thing I said about this anime is I was watching it with Tosh and I go, enjoy your slice of life anime about 60 girls.
Yeah, I was impressed that there were freaking 60 characters that are all designed.
Yeah, every single one has a fucking character design. That's pretty okay. So yeah, like the plot is like I said, it's your basic kind of slice of like what you would expect this to be. They are students. They are in the band club, and they are just some of them are new and never played instruments. Some of them are experienced. They're trying to get better and make it to nationals. That's their goal.
Right, and our main character plays the euphonium.
Yes.
Which is real allegedly. and
And her friend
just
plays the
came-
contrabass, which is
Yes,
also a thing.
Yeah.
Contrabass.
it would
Honestly, like Contrabass sounds like a boss from Contra. I'm just gonna, it's just a
Right?
big old fish. I just
Yeah,
exactly.
he hangs out with bass from Mega Man too.
Yeah.
that sounds like the best anime.
So they just came from middle school, the main character did, and comes to high school and like, oh man, I'm gonna reinvent myself this year. I should join a club. And then her newfound friends sort of wrangle her into not only joining this club, but also playing the same instrument she played before, and she's super not interested in that. And so the story is about her dealing with hangups of people she played with from middle school and her classmates as they're currently not trying hard enough to play well and other things.
Yeah.
I should re-note at this point for new viewers, we watch 4 episodes of each anime before we review them. In this case, I watched 4. You two? How many
4.
did you?
4. 4.
Okay, because we always leave open the option to watch more. And then tread carefully as to not spoil things, which I will do later this episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's sort of how it goes. I feel like the most unique thing to happen, and it's so weird, in this anime, was when she brought her instrument home, and her sister's just like, you're not going to play that really loud, are you? And she's like, I just brought it home to clean it. And it was like a really weirdly tense moment.
Yeah.
And then she just walks past her, and I'm like, what's that about? Go back there. But instead, they're back in school. It's like, oh, this person said things about the teacher behind the back. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, pretty much though, the story of this really doesn't matter so much because it's all about the interplay between the characters and their development. And I would definitely say the standout character in this, and let's see if, okay, yeah, Taki Sensei, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Their
the
teacher.
band club teacher is just like gorgeous. Like he's just Raito scale of like his hair's doing like, I don't know how to describe it. Like he's clearly like they start his entrance by all of the students going, that guy's hot.
I'm pretty sure only one student does that, and
No, it was
No,
multiple.
it was multiple,
Okay,
and every
yeah.
time it comes
Okay,
up,
'cause
it's
I
like
was about to-
someone else
'cause,
brings
like,
up,
you
isn't
look-
he hot?
Right.
Even when
Yeah.
they're
he's
like, oh
the
man, he's such a
only-
jerk.
He's the only person, including all of the students they're cutting to on campus randomly, and any other faculty members they've shown, where it was like, we're gonna really design his hair and give him like this
Yeah.
specific look that a pretty guy would have.
yeah. I remember what was the second time that whole like he's so hot thing, because I was like oh, isn't he hot? Like I think it was Trumpet Girl, or not Trumpet, Tuba Girl does that, and like
Chuba.
Tuba Cabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra. Apparently they say Chuba when they go to say tuba or Suba. It's
Yeah.
TS. So one of them named their tuba Chupacabra.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. Like that was good.
That was
Yeah,
probably the
that
highlight of the series.
Yeah. But yeah, like honestly, for me, like okay, that teacher is fucking fantastic though, because he's just like, yeah, you guys all suck. Like
He's like, what do you like? And it's great too because the reason why, like, he could be like, you guys suck, and it would be like, you know, normal.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, what do you guys want to do? You want to do anything? What set your goals? And they're like, we want to go to nationals. He's like, you sure? Let's do
Yeah.
a vote. And they do a vote, and he's like, I guess we're going to nationals. And then they try to play next week, and he's like, you're all garbage. You don't deserve to play in this tiny festival. If you don't get your shit together, I'm just gonna stop doing this club.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Cause he does that whole thing. It's like, do you want to like make memories and have fun, or do you want to work your ass off and go to nationals? And it's like, we want to go to nationals. It's like, okay. And then
He's so friendly about it.
Yeah, like seriously, even when he's like fucking shit talking.
Jerry Jewell, if they bring it up,
Right? like it's so weird because like I can't picture this guy speaking because like he's sitting there speaking with this the friendliest voice with the biggest smile on his face, and he's basically just going, "You're shit." But hey,
Jerry Jewell, that is Conan straight up.
like he's just such like I don't want to say he's a prick, but God, he is so vicious. And
Like one of the characters is crying while he's doing that too. He's just like,
He's just
yeah.
like, you've
Yeah,
been
he just-
practicing for 2 years.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of wasted time.
And she's just like, I just wanted to have fun. It's like, well, too bad, bitch. You said you
You
wanted to go
should
to
be better
nationals.
by now.
Like, you guys said you wanted to go to nationals. I'm trying to take you to nationals. You had a chance to have fun. Fuck it. Fun time's over. But,
Yeah, he is pretty great.
Yeah,
He's
like-
definitely the highlight. I can agree with
Well,
that.
yeah.
I don't know. I like Tuba Guy.
What about Tuba Guy? That he speaks like 3 words?
Basically, it's just like, this is a tuba. I like it.
He's like
It's
Tuba Skidesu.
Yes.
Skides.
It's
Yeah,
heavy.
I was just like, oh, that's... Man, his character has been boiled down to that one sentence. I love Tuba.
Yeah. So, yeah. Honestly, like, okay. This, to me, is an example of, like slice of life done right as opposed to, like, Gourmet Girls. Because Gourmet Girls... It had no direction. It was following the exact same formula every episode. There was no development in terms of like what was going on. It was just this. You have a setting, you have a cast of characters, you have a lot of interplay between them, and you see them the play off of each other and different characters. It isn't just focused on 1 or 2, 3 characters that are always the same characters. You always see them playing off of other characters in the class.
Right.
Their teacher. And they actually have a goal that they're working for. They actually start getting into, like, like the
Drug use.
Yes, and then they snorted a line of fucking cocaine off the fucking tuba. It was amazing.
And he's like, you call that snorted cocaine?
It's like, God damn it, here, let me...
That's how you snort cocaine.
That teacher's a great fucking character.
yeah.
He's a hell of a drug.
Fucking role model.
But, yeah, like,
Does this help our lung capacity?
yeah. But yeah, like,
Sure.
it gets into, like, the logistics of, like playing instruments and stuff, and they actually, like, talk about, like, you need,
Circular
like,
breathing
yeah,
and-
circular breathing, and it's cool that they're actually doing that, and they're talking about it, because you can tell it's written by someone who knows what the hell they're talking about. It isn't just written by some fat bitch who fucking liked food and decided to just have a bunch of fucking skinny bitches eat food and never actually talk about how fucking food is made.
What
God
anime are you
damn
talking
it!
about? Is that Yakitate again?
No, that was Food Wars.
Food Wars, okay. I was gonna say, I bet it's that.
Oh god, but
So,
But yeah, like this to me is like, this is what slice of life should be. Like, it's low key, but it's not just fucking drag ass boring.
Bob, what did you think about this anime?
I thought it was all right. I agree with Jay. This feels like it's slice of life done pretty well, and each episode kind of leads into something that has that teaser moment of, oh yeah, and this is about to happen.
Yeah, it does a nice build up of that.
So there's always you feel like you're learning more about the characters and everything in each episode. So yeah, I liked it. I don't know. I'll probably keep watching it, and it looks amazing. Like, it has great drawing and
Jeez, yeah,
so
the
many
visuals.
So many times it's just like, we're just gonna hold on this shot of ridiculously well drawn instrument and someone's fingers playing.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was it? Like, okay, like, once again, I'm just gonna compare it to, Gourmet Girl or
Food Wars.
yeah, fucking Food Wars. Yeah, like, and not Food Wars. Like we were talking about, like, just the visuals in that, like, because it was done by Shaft, and Shaft is usually known for their really creative angles and visuals and their cinematography and their framing, and that anime had none of that.
Right.
Here, you actually got that. Like the framing of shots was interesting. Like, it wouldn't just, just be a bunch of talking heads, like you'd see a character talking, but, like, it'd be like slowly panning up like their instrument or something instead, like, because it was relevant to what they were talking about, or just how they did, like, their pans and their, just, it had, you could tell it was done by someone fucking talented.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell the director was really invested in making the series look as good as he could, and I mean, obviously it's Koyani, so like the animation is already stellar, but the direction really makes a difference too. Like it's just like the visuals are stellar all across the board.
Yeah. And
I really like the way they defocused and refocused stuff a lot.
I
Like
noticed that too. That's
they,
nice.
They really tried to make it look like a camera, which is something you don't really see much.
yeah, no, generally not. And if you do, it's really badly done. Which here it was done pretty well, like about as well as you could expect.
Right, and that just reminds me, also directed Nichijou, and that did a lot of like just defocused shots.
Yeah, you can tell because there's vignetting,
Right.
like in various other lens things. In fact, the only bad-looking thing I can think about from all 4 episodes I saw was they walked by some bushes. And, you know, it's got the 3D placement and stuff to give it this parallax scrolling sort of look, to give it some depth and stuff. And, you know, that element of it looks sort of fine, but, like, how do I describe this? People who aren't familiar with my camera, I'm trying to describe it to them. So they do this thing where, like, the rendered detail on each bush is the exact resolution the video is rendered to. So there's no, like, light would actually dither that. You know, there's no anti-aliasing, so to say. So, like, they looked weird as details popped in and out because the resolution, at a certain point, the bush only gets so many pixels. So, like, yeah. That was the only thing I saw that didn't look really good.
Right.
Everything else, like, you know, it's not just production thing. It's not just direction in the most literal sense of, like, I know where to spend budget. It's kind of like, you know, at a moment where a character's feeling relieved, they even just have the shot perfectly focused with a vignette not applied to the luminance, but applied to the sharpness of the image. So that way you knew the subject of the shot was literally the air above her shoulder to show that a weight had been lifted off of her shoulder. And I'm just like, fucking and yeah, it wasn't like beating you over the head with the metaphor. It was just that one short shot, and then it moves on to the next thing. And it's a lot of things like that where it's just like, you know, where they put the camera, quote quote, is like really important and gives you details and stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, they have a shot of the two talking. What was it? Man, her name's up there. I just haven't found it. What is the name of the person who plays the instrument and is in the first episode right off the bat with the main character? Knows her from middle school. And she was
Rina
pissed.
Kosaka.
Kosaka, there we go. Okay, the translation in the subtitles was K-O-U. So I was looking for that. We have K-O Longo sort of thing. So in any case, yeah, Kosaka's like talking to them about some shit that they need to cut the fuck out. And then she bikes off or whatever. And the shot of them talking is medium shot, like sort of close range. And the next shot is shoved through some bushes across the street, through a fence, shooting the street, her biking away, and then them in the far distance, still at the shoreline. And it's just like, that was cool. Because most animes would not do that. They would not be like, we need to figure out where the camera is. No, it'd be like, and then we do... like, the camera's far away.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to worry about physical things being in the way because they aren't, because this is an anime.
Yeah, it seems like Kyoto Animation also often uses real life locations. So I bet there was a whole bunch of reference shots that they were using for this.
Yeah, I know. What was it? I know in K-On! They used like a real high school for like all of the locations. They probably did the same thing for this series too.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Star did that shrine is a real shrine, like the one they go to.
Right. So yeah, like Sound Euphonium. Like, Dan, what did you actually think of it? Like,
I'm not watching any more of it.
Okay. Like, Dan, do you think that maybe you just hate slice of life?
No, I love a lot of slice of lives we watched. I just didn't like this one.
Huh.
Like, name a slice of life we watched that you enjoyed.
Wait, that we watched for the show?
Yeah.
Let's see. We did Gourmet Girls. I think that's the only one I've actually watched.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, sure, Bako was a
I was going to say Shirbako and Barakamon were both slice of life.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed both of those.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah. That's the thing. I enjoyed, like, over half, because those are just the two I remember. I'm sure there was, like, one other. Monthly Girls could have been...
that was a little bit too in the range of just straight comedy.
Yeah, that was like a 4-panel gag manga.
Don't be too funny. People, you're not a slice of life if you're too funny.
That's right.
There are gags in this. Cut it out.
No,
so Nichijou's not a slice of life?
It really isn't. There's no one's life is like that.
But it's
If it
ordinary. It's in the title.
Yep, crows are like that in ordinary life.
They're fucking deep voiced like gentlemen.
Who can rocket away.
Thank you so much. Okay, I must go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm just like
why?
no, I'm not good. I was gonna say, are there any slice of life like high school animes though that you can think of that you're liked?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm about to say because I remember
Does
you.
Highs and Her Circumstances count?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like the tone. I mean, the subject matter in that is relationship stuff and high school students. I'm just like, it's funny at all. Does that remove it from the category of being a slice of life?
It's
like,
more of just like it has like that one was. It's technically a slice of life, but it's more of a romance story. Is what that is. It's His and Her Circumstances.
kind of. A lot of it just
the
focuses on
entire-
her, and he's off.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I mean,
there are-
it's all like focused like her and her relationship with him and how she deals with it.
Some of the time, a lot of it, he just faffs off. Like, he's gone for several episodes, if I remember correctly, because he went off to some summer thing, and then I mean, there is a strong focus on the relationship, and if that removes it from slice of life, then clearly that removes it from slice of life.
Yeah,
but
I haven't seen that series, so I can't really judge that. I wouldn't say having a strong focus on the relationship would completely remove it.
right,
but
and it is a
I
realistic
can't
tone. It's not super removed. The only element that is like crazy out of hand is that one character that ironically they reduced to like a thing that bites people.
Yeah. I don't know, 'cause it's like oh shit.
But yeah, like would Nana be like not a slice of life because that focuses on relationships?
I don't know. Like I've never considered Nana a slice of life. It's weird. Like what classifies as slice of life is kind of weird. Like
Yeah.
it is this vague nebulous term.
Yes.
And yeah, it is kind of hard to peg down, I suppose.
Now, Past Dan is vindicated because several podcasts ago I called a thing what was it? Not shonen, shoujo. I called a thing a shoujo, and I was corrected by these two assholes. They were like, "No, that's a slice of life," and I'm like, "Oh."
I think
okay.
even in that episode we were like, well, I guess it's both.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's
We've always been pretty bad at this.
I'm just gonna say.
what are you talking about? We are professionals with a podcast, Bob.
Yeah, this might cost like $300, so that's how you know we're professionals.
That's right.
I spent too much on equipment. That's how you know.
It was we didn't talk about Asuka at all. She's like the leader of the bass section. I thought that she was kind of the goofy gay character that's in there. I like that.
Yeah, I was saying she was a fantastic character. I enjoyed her. I really love like how she just kind of like forces main character to take the euphonium. Just like, oh, you've been playing it since you were a child. Grab.
Yeah, because she was trying to hide that. And,
Yeah.
that character walks up and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be playing the euphonium, which you've been playing since elementary school."
She's like, you bitch, you fucking
Oh,
bitch.
and you. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this anime just didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I still feel like the strongest point is that teacher. Like, I feel like he's the best part.
Right.
One of the things I kept joking about is like I've been through Odyssey of the Mind, which was a club we did back in high school with Aggro and some other friends that Jay here knows, Joseph Nealon. And it was like so much parallel to the beginning of this that I'm like, Bob, why do I need to watch this? I went through Odyssey of the Mind. I know how this goes. People just don't show. No joke. One time Joseph Nealon didn't show up because of Batman. I forget what it was. He was like, "Oh, I went to see like this Batman movie, or I rented this I'm just watching it. I can't show up for a project that's due in like a month."
huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flake's gonna flake. I think that's what we've learned
from life. Yeah. Because like very recently we had someone flake on, what was it, the main character of an ad we were going to film, and it's like, "Oh, thanks."
See, this anime really reflects life.
Yeah,
It does, but why do I need to watch high school girls be that?
What was it?
Because you can.
Oh, that's a good argument.
What was it?
So how would you rate this?
Rate this one?
Yeah, like out of 10. Where does it rank in animes you watch for WeeaBoots? Is it Shirobako Barakamon good, or?
It's not Shirobako Barakamon good. I would put it probably closer to I'm blanking on the other ones. Probably Yatterman Night level. Like, you know,
Okay.
it's solid and well, like it's not as creative obviously as Yatterman Nights, but like I feel like this is like it's a bit more solid of a production. And yeah, like I would totally watch more of this. Like I'll probably wait till like it gets a Blu-ray release and I'll pick it up so I can just watch it all in one go instead of doing this weekly thing. But
Yeah.
I could totally see myself picking this one up and just watching it on my own.
Bob, where do you rate it?
I'd probably rank it somewhere around an 8 or so. I mean, I liked it. I would recommend it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It has a nice flow to it. I will continue watching it.
Yeah, so if you're a band geek, this is like pornography to you.
Kind of. I feel like they might have the same experience I'm having. I've been through this. Why do I need to watch high school Japanese girls to go through this?
Right?
I mean, if you're like Jeff, I mean, then you just like it's cute
Everything's
girls.
better when
Yeah.
it's cute girls.
Well, yeah.
It's totally better because it's cute girls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not really.
No, they're still shitheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have moments of flashbacks to high school, and it's like
Yes. Where you're just like, maybe fuck everyone.
See, yeah, that was Watamote for me, which is why I can't go back to that one.
But I love Watamote because it's that for you. Like, I watch Watamote and I envision all the people I know that would be like, and I'm like, yes. Like a fucking evil Skeletor sitting on this throne being like, yes, fuck those guys.
Evil Skeletor, as if like he comes in other flavors.
Fucking, okay, so Skeletor tries to ruin shit. Skeletor isn't just such an evil asshole that he doesn't even try to ruin shit. He just sits around and shit talks people. He's just staring into an orb being like, yeah, He-Man's such a faggot. Look at his gay ass. And He-Man's just walking like he heard that. He looks around like, where's that coming from? I guess that was more of Mum Ra's gig, right? Like, Mum Ra is just sitting there and he's like, fucking Thundercat!
Yeah, he's just like, what a bunch of assholes.
I feel like Mum Ra set a really good example
Like,
for what
where,
bad guys
you know,
should be.
Where, like, you know, like, I'm pretty sure Skeletor was just like, I'll fuck you up, He-Man. He would actually,
Yeah.
like, you know, say shit to his face where Mum Ra would be like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, fucking, like, see, that's the thing. Mum Ra's a great example for a bad guy because he's, like, millions of years old or something.
Yeah,
lives
he's
in a tomb, so you know he's evil. He's like a fucking pharaoh sort of deal. And he has evil magic, and he's always angry at these assholes that are the main characters. He's just like, fucking assholes. Yeah.
He really is like the equivalent of like that old guy who fucking like deflates kids' balls whenever they roll
Yes.
into his yard.
Yes. But he can become rip this shit in purple.
Which makes him even scarier of an old curmudgeon because then he just beats the shit out of the kid
Yes.
for letting the ball get into his yard.
Exactly. And everyone knows that Lino is like some overgrown 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Snarf, only the freezing mechanism only worked on your fucking prepubescent brain. Your body's ripped to shit.
Sharp, how the fuck do you not have atrophy?
I guess I'm just sexy as hell. Shrugs. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like the concept isn't super unique. Like, it's not giving me interesting insight to something foreign. Like, Shirobako's great because you get the experience of like seeing into anime production. Barakamon's interesting because it goes into the calligraphy stuff, and it also is like, hey, here's this really secluded place in Japan, and like let's talk about all these unique denizens of this island and stuff like that, and it gives interesting personality that it delves into constantly. This is just like the most, how do you say it, like bleached, normal, like, hey, high schools have band clubs. Here's a bunch of high school shitheads in a band club.
Honestly, I think that's what makes something a slice of life. It's about jack shit.
But see, then now you just retconned Shirobako and Barakamon as slice of life.
Honestly, they're kind of about jack shit too.
What? No, those are
I
like.
mean, they have like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like they're like they go to fucking work. That's their like Shirobako.
Yeah, but like, okay, so Space Brothers is a slice of life that's about people who work at NASA or aspire to be astronauts.
Hey,
That's
fucking slice of life is a shitty genre.
No, it's a
Is it-
fucking great genre. It's shit when you make it high school girls in a fucking music club. I
That's
don't.
pretty much what slice of life. That's like the 90% of slice of life.
Bullshit! I just brought 3 examples that weren't. Fuck you.
Then
And
we
I-
get 5 minutes on the internet, and I'll find 500 more.
Yes, you will, and they're all shit.
Man, you're gonna have like K-On! fanboys
I don't give a
burn your
shit.
house to the
Fucking come
ground.
to my door. We will fist fight. But yeah, I also like Space Brothers. I haven't brought that up on the podcast.
I've never seen that.
I watched quite a bit, actually. Bob, did you?
I watched a decent chunk. I only like maybe 10 episodes at most.
Okay,
but
that's about how far I made it before like shit started getting busy. So I dropped my anime watching habit, and by the time it cooled down again, I was like,
it was
oh
like
fuck,
episode 50 or something.
Yes!
That's where I hit too.
yeah, I was like, oh shit.
That on
Crunchyroll. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's good. It's
Okay.
like a really well written character drama. Helps that I find that main character more interesting and appealing than this
Yeah.
main character.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
he's eccentric to some extent, but he tries to internalize and be professional and stuff. He kind of lost his job from exploding on some asshole, and I can't even remember who it was or why, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like the head of some Japanese car company. And
Yes.
he's just like yelling at him.
Yeah.
Oh, so he has like Barakamon syndrome.
Yes. But
Kind
he
of,
didn't
yeah.
punch him.
Oh, okay.
He didn't punch him, he just exploded on him. And this came years before Barakamon, I'm pretty sure, like at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know. I have no idea how the visual novels or the
Oh,
visual novels. light
right.
novels
Yeah,
lined
okay,
up
fair
there,
enough.
but-
Yeah. I will say though, like, you know, I mean, I get like this isn't like your cup of tea.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah.
I will
I mean,
say-
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't find the setting or characters interesting, so
Right.
it's intrinsically less interesting
Right.
than the other ones I mentioned.
But yeah, like
I have to say, I'm surprised that we didn't see any spit valve jokes.
Yeah,
It was 4 episodes and no spit valve jokes.
I forgot spit valves were a thing.
Yeah.
I can't.
yeah.
That's concerning. You weren't in band, were you?
I had homeroom in the band club or band room.
Oh.
Huh.
I think we should move on to the next anime.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's 2 out of 3 recommendations. There you go.
There you go. There's your fucking
53 sums up.
your Roger Ebert and Siskel moment where like they're like, we think it's a fun family time, thumbs up, and I'm like, I found the premise uninteresting and characters
so
bad,
which
thumbs down.
one of us
I
is
die
the-
of cancer.
I'm about to say, like, who's the fat fucker who doesn't have a lower jaw?
Oh well, you guys die much later than me, but you don't have a lower jaw for the end of it. I just die much sooner, and people are like, oh good, the mean one died because they're assholes.
Honestly, I think they can both go eat a dick, but
What the fuck do you know about Ebert or Siskel?
honestly, okay, to be
Yeah,
honest,
jack shit. That's what I thought.
I've seen like his reviews. I actually
You
have
have?
watched. I have watched old
Okay.
reviews.
Okay.
and I like they are pretentious fuckwads.
I don't know. I feel like half
Like-
of the
like
shit we're
Siskel-
saying sounds like Siskel. Ebert's just an asshole.
Yeah, like
I
Siskel,
fucking hate that
Siskel
guy.
was actually like the bit more grounded one of the two, where he was just like, yeah, like this was a fun movie. It did these things well. And he's like, it wasn't fucking snooty enough for me. He's like, fuck you, you fat piece of shit.
And then he would like Ebert would pull that 180 all the fucking time, and you'd be like, "But it's just a fun movie. It's okay because it's a fun movie." And you're just like, "Fuck you, man."
What was it like? Yeah, like oh god, I hate it. Like I think I stopped giving a shit about anything. Like whenever I eventually found their review for like the first Ninja Turtle movie. And that shit's fucking sacred to me.
You know, yeah, you don't look up sacred texts reviews, man.
Like, cause, like, I think, like, they're just like, yeah, I was just, that was terrible.
It's like if a Christian went to some intergalactic like consortium and he's like, "Hey, I wanted to look up all your reviews of Christianity," and they would just leave angry and be like, "These aliens don't fucking get it. We don't just kill people. Like it's too close for them to be objective about it." That sounds like a weird plot for a movie. That would be hilarious to film. Like just like how does yeah,
I feel like that happened somewhere in Time Machine.
it should have. It should have been like, hey, what'd you give Christianity? 3 out of 10. Fuck you. Their DLC plan was excellent. So now we're talking about Punchline. Now, Punchline is an anime. Is that right, Bob?
I think so.
Okay. Who made this anime?
It's animated by Mappa. They're the broadcaster is Noyimation, which is animation backwards, and it's like their 10th anniversary project. But Nappa is the studio that they're using, and they've done Garo, Hono no Kokunin, Hajime no Ippo.
Okay, I'm going back for that one. No anime titles left behind. Garo, Hono no Kokuen, Hajime no Ippo Rising, and Teikyu.
Isn't that TQ? Because it's
It's
two E's?
two E's. Te.
Te?
Yeah, because if it was an E sound, it would be an I.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's
You're just
weird.
supposed to emphasize, you're supposed to draw out the te.
Okay, so
Like the word no in Japanese is EA, it's two I's and then an E.
Good point.
Yeah. In any case, and for those who recognize it, yes, that is the Rosetta Stone pronunciation of EA.
Cool.
In any case, the director was Yutaka Uemura, which did... Why are there parentheses around the?
I don't know, man.
The Mystic Archives of Dantalian? How do you guys guess that? Dantalian? I don't know. That sounds like Danta Island. I don't...
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be like Dandelion,
Honestly,
but
like
Dandelion?
when I took a glance at the first time, I thought it said like D'Artagnan, and I looked
There we
back, I'm
go, the
like,
Mystic
I'm like,
Archives
that's
of D'Artagnan. And D'Artagnan no Shoka. Ibata Hime.
yeah.
And both of those are OVAs. Oh, wait, no.
one-
One's
one
a
TV
TV series and the other one's an OVA.
I meant to grab two different things, but I think that those were the only things I could find that he directed.
Cool.
So it was just like, okay.
Cool. So, this is an anime. Mm-hmm. It is about Yuta Iridatsu.
Jeez, his name is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's normal.
Yeah, but I
compared
was
to
saying some of these
other-
days, like these days are pretty fucking crazy. This anime. It's like the most. That's like the most pronounceable.
So the anime starts on a bus hijacking, and it's a high tension scenario, and then some crazy chick on a motorcycle that looks like it's vaguely out of Tron. Drives into the front of it and leaps it, exploding glass from the windshield everywhere, and beats the shit out of these terrorists. And she
Using a
defuses
giant straw?
Yes,
Yeah.
using a giant steel straw that is still flexible at the joint. It is
Yeah.
a bendy straw.
Yeah, she is basically an orange juice themed superhero.
Right, and her name is Strange Juice.
Yeah.
And she beats the shit out of all the terrorists, and she stops, and she's like, we need to stop this bus. And the person she's talking to is like, okay, I activated the spike strip, and it deactivates the bus. It like pops the tires, and it just almost barely doesn't fall off the ledge. And then she's like, okay, everyone, we can't go out the front. Let's go out the back. And as she's going towards the back, somebody stands up with the gun, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the exact words. And then the person who helped diffuse the situation's like, hey, what are you? And then dude just like elbows her in the gut. She falls over. And then he goes to blow the brains out of the main character, or the strange juice person.
Yeah.
And then this dude who's on the bus just like one thing leads to another, and he sees panties, and he's just like, whoa! And his hair explodes into energy, and then he leaps and grabs the terrorists and flies off the ledge, landing into the water, spears him straight into it, and just keeps like floating deeper and deeper into the water until two people lift him out. And when he wakes up on the side of the water, he's still got the glowing hair and stuff. And the chick, Strange Juice, is still there, and she's like, hey, you okay? And he's like, and then he sees the panties again, and he's like, ooh! And then fucking an asteroid crashes into the earth, and everyone dies! And that's the premise for the series. If the main character, that weirdo, sees panties, the world will end.
Specifically, he sees anything arousing, he goes like Super Saiyan God.
It needs to be
super specifically panties.
It needs to be any women's underwear, because it worked on bras.
Yeah, it worked with bras as well.
That's true.
So yeah, if he sees anything titillating, they specifically say if he gets aroused. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if he sees anything arousing, he goes Super Saiyan God. And then if he sees it again while he's still in his aroused state,
he caps and just explodes.
Yeah, just a comet hits the Earth.
Yes. So after this bullshit happens, apparently he's a ghost, and he goes to the past, and then he has to take his body back from some spirit that possessed his body.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out how to do that, and then he has this weird spirit guy that's just named Ghost Cat. It's
No.
Chiranosuke. There we go. Chiranosuke. In any case, Chiranosuke is all like, "Hey, what's up? Let me explain the mechanics of this anime." And like,
Which he very directly does.
yes,
Yeah.
Like he
super
has
blatant.
like YouTube videos he shows explaining the mechanics of this anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he isn't looking at cat porn.
Yes,
Right.
which is pretty good. I like that gag coming up. Like, of course, a perverted cat would just have cat porn open in a tab.
Yeah, just cats humping.
And he's just like, and brings up the correct thing.
He always leaves it there just long enough.
Just long enough, and then there's that pause in between them too, of the main character just being like, "You're doing that on purpose, aren't you? Why do you keep showing me cat porn?" But yeah, so like he's trying to get his body back, and every episode is about him sort of floating around this house, trying to help the people that
Yeah, it's
live
kind of
there.
voyeuristically him floating around watching these other things happening but not being able to interact because
Yeah.
he's a ghost.
Kind of.
Yeah, he gets sort of
he
interact.
eventually-
Eventually gets to interact.
More
but-
directly interact. Yeah.
This anime, from what I have seen,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't have a story. I said that before. It's just like a series of events, and it's just like you're watching like 5 different animes, where it's like here's the superhero anime, here's like the medium who fucking lives like, you know, here's like the ghost kid, here's the fucking robot girl, and it's just and then
They went for it, okay?
yeah, it's just like all these crazy ass things mishmashed. It's like, yeah, and then like I was saying before, it's like a fucking like the script is like a fucking Mad Libs where it's just like, you know,
The ghost
like,
powers are
it's
enhanced by-
cinnamon, like, you know, yeah. It's,
And the great thing is they really own how contrived it is. It's
Yeah.
just like cinnamon. Really?
yeah, and it's like that's oddly specific. And they
Oh yeah, I
acknowledge
should
it.
tell you, you can only possess people for 7 minutes. Why didn't you tell me that before?
Yeah,
Just shit like that, where it's just like, here's this rule. Thanks, asshole.
yeah. So like everything has very specific rules to it in this
That
world.
can
It's
always be broken in some way. Like, oh, you can go back in time, but not this time, man.
Well, he's not powerful.
He's not powerful.
He's not powerful. now.
but
Yeah.
but maybe you will.
he didn't have enough cinnamon.
He didn't have enough cinnamon, Bob.
But yeah,
In the
like,
air. But yeah, so
anime.
like, okay, you've watched episode 4?
Up to 4.
Okay, so up to and including 4. Bob?
I've watched 5.
I watched 6, and I'm angry there isn't a 7. I had to check because I watched 6, and I was like, holy shit, that could have been an ending. Let me just check real quick to make sure. Okay, there's more of this anime. Okay. So my perspective, because of what happens in 5, and more so, especially in 6, is definitely going to be different than had I stopped watching in 4. But I'm really glad I watched till 6 because I feel like that changed it. Yeah. So in any case, that's how. I don't know, Bob. What did you think about this anime? We sort of went over the premise of he's
Right.
just like voyeuristically floating around and trying to interact to save
to
stuff.
help and trying not to look at panties.
Yes.
Because that will end the world.
Yes.
Because that's
That's
a constant
what-
problem.
That is a thing they've made for the series.
But I really enjoy it because it's so insane. Like, it'll just keep showing in more stuff, and it makes sense in the lore somehow. They just need to explain it later, and that seems to be their goal.
At first I was really frustrated by the problem Jay's having of like, this isn't a plot. Like, what was it? He asked me a question earlier, and I'm like, the anime with the plot, and he's like, if you ask me, that's euphonium. I don't know. And
I have to say 5 does really like bring it more into view of like, what are they trying to do?
And then 6 even further of like, oh, everything's come together and now the whole thing's congealed into one consistent, like, this is what this is.
I have a weird feeling like this series is like, from the way you're making it, just like describing it, it's making me think of like kind of like Fully Cooley, where it's just a series of fucking crazy ass events, and then the ending, or like there's like the 2 episodes that just kind of wrap it all up into a cohesive fucking narrative.
It doesn't-
Kind of, but I feel
don't
like
feel
it goes
like-
further than that by the end of episode 6 of like, you aren't sitting there being like, but that thing being a giant steamer is still retarded.
I feel it's more like Penguin Drum, where there's like this. What's even going on? Are these things real? And then eventually you find out they are, and it's like, what?
Yeah, I still never going like, oh yeah, the child broiler, like in Penguin Drum. Like, yeah, okay, so the child broiler is a metaphor for such and such. And then like 5 episodes later, it's like, oh, that wasn't a metaphor. They're actually just fucking like grinding children into powder. Oh fuck, what the hell was this anime about now?
So Bob, did eubification come up by episode 4? Help me.
No,
That doesn't sound familiar.
that's
Do you not know what eubification is?
I don't remember, no.
okay? Apparently, that's something that
Episode 6 territory there.
Yeah, in fact, episode 6, in a way I can't explain without really spoiling some shit, is changing a deep level of how I'm talking about this anime to the point of pronouns. So in any case, let's talk about the character specifically. So we got a blonde girl with a hoodie who's a shut-in, which they go into what exactly happened there.
Yeah, I think that's in episode 5. I feel like that's what
and they
we
really
learned about.
really seal it up. Yeah,
Okay.
in 6. Like, they really go into it in 5, though. Exactly what happened there.
I don't know shit about her.
Yep.
Yep, they kind of are leaving you in the dark there.
Yep. Then there's the robot girl, Meika Daihatsu, which she is. Somebody else pilot this. I don't want to spoil the first 6
Okay.
episodes. Of the
Like,
series.
Meika Daihatsu, she is a robot girl. She is. Her codename is Pumpkin Chair. She is basically
Her
yeah.
code name.
Yeah,
That's
she's-
even lamer than Strange Juice.
like yeah. She is basically the oracle to fucking Strange Juice's Batman.
Yeah.
She's a crippled Barbara Gordon, but she's not crippled, and instead she's a robot.
And she's shitty at doing handstands, it turns
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like her one downfall as a robot. She cannot do handstands.
She's not athletic.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be super athletic. She just wants to do handstands. It's not asking for a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, there's.
So real quick, I just need to. Her origin story isn't discussed by episode 4, is it?
By
yeah, it
episode
is.
4, they said that she was like built by Dr. Light basically, and that she couldn't do handstands. That's about it.
Okay, so that's all they've.
Yeah, they haven't divulged deep secrets or anything.
I need to know because I'm like, in any case, we got the superhero girl. Turns out Strange Juice is one of the tenants in this home. It is Mikatan,
Yeah.
not Agino.
That introducing that has a really good gag to it, I think.
Her doing.
She does her
being
transformation.
herself.
Yeah, she does her.
Oh, her transformation is like a stereotypical, like, magical girl transformation. And then you get a picture of her just dancing like an idiot in her room, sloppily and slowly. And it says, what's actually happening.
Yeah, it's like actual footage.
Actual vision, or, yeah. Like, that's so good. I was like, oh, I love that.
And then
She's
she
just
just-
going through the measures, and she's like, now I need to do this. Ooh. Which a lot of this anime...
And then she just changes.
Yeah, she like drops her superhero suit like out of like the fucking ceiling,
Right.
And then just clumsily changes out of
Right.
her street clothes into her superhero garb. It was
And I
great.
feel like that moment is what a lot of this series is, especially by episode 6 of like, oh, she was a magical girl, and when she was first introduced, and it's just like, she's superpowered, and this is dumb, but then eventually they sort of explain it, and it's like, no, this person's doing this because they think, like, she's doing the magical girl dance because she's a magical girl hero type. Really, she's changing into clothes.
yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things like that, I feel. We already mentioned the Ghost Cat. Ghost Cat's a total pervert. Spends like episode 3 explaining space-time as a pair of tits.
Yeah.
Using jelly tits on a plate to explain, like, oh, if you were to try to go through space-time to reverse it now, you would bounce off of its curved nature like this. It drops a raisin on the boobs.
Yeah, it's like
And I'm like, James Gilmore as a cat, everyone. Fucking Oracle Ghost Cat, James Gilmore. Yeah. And then there's a cute bear called Muhi.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
also-
It's a cub. It's cute.
And we probably shouldn't divulge any more about the bear.
No.
yeah. Please don't like
No.
because like technically the episode that the bear is introduced they tell you that it has a healing factor at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, so the bear's special, obviously. It's not
And
just
it's
a
got to
normal
be
fucking...
playing into this somehow in an important way. And by
And
episode
then, like-
6, you sort of hear it and you're like, okay, that's weird. What?
Yeah, and then like I think it was like episode 3, like a Jinro shows up.
Yeah, and the Jinro guy is named Turtle Man.
Because I think they just call him that because he had a turtle or a turtle bit him or
Yeah,
something.
a turtle bit him on a dick.
Yeah, a turtle bit him on the dick, and he leapt back up and came to life again. He was just like, whoa! And yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
Also,
this show is weird.
Turtles are the symbol
Yeah.
of the Kyume. Did I say that right? Kyume?
Is it
Or-
Kyume?
It's
Oh.
the cult.
The evil organization
Yeah.
cult thing.
Yeah. So in any case, they prophesize the asteroid that's going to hit the world and destroy it, and all the world governments and specialists who would know are just like, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, you have some weird intrigue going on that level, as well as like all these fucking weird, crazy characters in a single house, and then episode 1 and 2 just set up all of that fucking crazy, and it feels like every other episode is just tying things together one by one. So if we're lucky, by the end of whatever episode run this has, whether it's 13 or 26, probably 13. You were saying
Because this is Noitanima or whatever, how that name is said.
animation backwards.
Yeah. Like, because it's that studio, it's probably going to be 11 episodes.
Okay, so yeah. Hopefully, I feel like with it being that short, it won't just go lost by the end of it and just shit the bed.
Well, I mean, you know, I kind of had those hopes for
Terror in Resonance.
Yeah, Terror
but
in
see,
Resonance.
that wasn't even like super crazy.
Yeah, that
True.
didn't start anywhere.
True, like
crazy.
this series isn't like up its own ass to any extent.
And
so.
by episode 4 of that, you could see that it was just turning to shit. Like, because 4 was when they introduced 4, and we were like, oh,
I thought her name was Faivu.
Five,
Is it Faivu?
yeah.
Okay, so Faivu is when they introduced Faivu, and that's when it's just, oh no, it's stupid Death Note.
Stupid note.
Damn
No.
it, because the way you said that, I was like, damn it, now I want to see a fucking movie about her just called Faivu Goes West. Don't hit me.
I won't do it while we're recording, that's evident.
We didn't mention Rabura Chiubu.
Who?
Robert Chichibu. Yeah, she's...
Oh yeah, that character.
Yeah.
She's a medium.
Yeah. She's the medium with large tits. Yeah. Gotta get that joke out there.
Yeah, she... Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much her whole shtick.
She's always trying to date guys and fucks it up, and she's a medium, and that's that. That's her arc there.
Yeah, she's kind of eccentric. I mean, then again, every character is.
I feel like she's kind of on the lower end of eccentric. Like,
Yeah.
her and Blonde Girl kind of compete for the least interesting
The thing is, so,
externally.
Like in a more low key series or most series, she'd be the eccentric.
Yes.
Here, she's the fucking boring ass one because everyone else is fucking whacked out in the head.
Oh, she's a medium that performs exorcism and gets, like, shit-faced all the time. She's the normal one.
Yeah. And
How
she's
down to earth.
Also, she doesn't actually have psychic powers, but she does have psychic powers, but she doesn't realize
She has
does.
the capacity for
Yeah.
psychic powers, which, yeah, so... One of the more interesting things is the main character's body is possessed by that spirit, and he can't get inside of his own room because it's sealed off with evil spirit wards. And then at some point, like, in a way that I thought was transparently obvious, so I'm just gonna say, the dude who's taken his body just starts showing up in Sentai outfit that looks like shit. It
Yes.
looks like garbage. And he
What
starts
did he
like...
call himself? Like Rain Man?
It was a normal name. He was
Yeah.
like Miyazaki Kenji.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at one point, I think it was like episode 4 or something. I don't remember. Like, the robot chick's like, you can trust Mia, Ken. And that's when I'm like, what? How does she know this? What is this plot? Like, what is going on? This is so stupid.
But yeah, like I love how, you know, because you never actually see like main character's body being possessed by this
Right.
other thing.
You
Like,
just
but
see-
then you see this fucking asshole show up.
That looks
And-
like same figure,
Yeah,
same
like,
form,
same
same
voice.
ethnicity, everything.
Same voice, same build, fucking dress up as like somehow a shittier version of Kick-Ass.
Right?
It's like if Kick-Ass
Was a luchador. Fucking, it's incredible.
Oh, Kick-Assu.
And then he just, like, fucking speaks in poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what he says. He's like always yelling, "I will not fail even to the rain."
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So something that drove me fucking nuts while watching, like I
Yes.
noticed, I picked this up in the
There's
first.
a lot in this.
Okay, honestly, no. This was like, okay, I'm like one episode in. I'm just that main character, his voice is driving me nuts. I couldn't, like, I was just like, I've heard this fucker's voice very recently, and I'm like, sitting there, like, running through the animes that we've watched. I'm like, okay, it's nothing from anything that we've been watching for WeeaBoots. And I'm like, wait a second. And I go, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see. It was like this chick voices Chirikitsu from the crazy chick from Zetsubo Sensei, but I'm like, no, that's not where I know that voice from. I go up a couple of slots. I'm like, Yakitate Japan. It's Konmari, the pink-haired dude. So I was just like, So every time he spoke from there on out, I'm just like, because it's such a completely different archetype, but it's that voice.
Wow.
And
I would never have.
Threw me off so bad because, like, I mean, I just bought those damn DVD sets, so Konmari's voice is very fresh in my mind. So,
Yeah.
like, just listening to this kid, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, let me just say, I love this anime. Like, this is in my top tier of WeeaBoots animes. This is totally up there with Shirobako, Barakamon, yeah. All the other ones that I was like, this is top fucking notch. Like, was it Blood Battle Blockade?
Yeah.
Did I...
Blood Blockade Battlefield.
Battlefront. Yes, there we
Yes.
go. We all did it. We remembered the name of an anime.
That one is still good. I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm saying
still
this
keeping up
is
with
right up there with that. By the time I was done watching episode 6, I was like, damn, I got those really close to each other of like animes I really fucking enjoyed.
This
The
is a
rest of
good
the season's gonna suck, isn't it? Like, I'm just so pessimistic.
We still have, like, Ninja Slayer here. That's, like, fucking amazing.
Okay, well, we got things to... No spoilers, Bob.
I've only watched one episode. I think we might only need to watch one episode to review that.
No buy one, get one freeze today.
Well, thing is, though, it's getting a simuldub now.
I saw that and was like, well, I guess that won't take too much effort.
what else was getting a simuldub? Was it Food Wars or
Battle
B3? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
B3. I watched the first episode in
Yeah?
English. It was good.
Cool.
They got Aaron Dismuke, the kid who voiced Alphonse in the first Full Metal Alchemist series.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he plays the main character, Leonardo Watch. What was it? The guy who voices Space Dandy does Zap, the white-haired dude. So
Okay.
it's like, so I'm like, yeah, it's not like they're like the people that like I'm most familiar with.
It's
but
not their A-listers, but it's really solid fucking voice actors.
it's still like, they're good people that they had. Like, it's Funimation, so like they threw together a good dub.
So let me explain my arc with Fooly Cooly. Fooly Cooly, the first episode was so obtuse and just full of stupid bullshit that I was angry that Bob showed it to me. Then by watching a few more, I'm like, okay, it tuned it down from that first episode. I could deal with this. And then by the end of it, because of the way it ended, bottle fell over on me. I enjoy that. In any case, like by the end of it, the ending they gave, I was just like, that all still doesn't seem to connect in a cohesive way. It just kind of smacks of the Ava like symbolism and shit, where it's just like, we had a bunch of ideas and we put them in the same universe, and the way they connect is a little fucking outlandish and bizarre.
Honestly, no, it's actually pretty straightforward. It's all the plots in the last 2 episodes.
I know they said things to explain things, but it's still like, no, I have a thing in my head that pulls stuff from this other space, and she wants to manipulate that in order to do. Yeah, it was like so outlandish and weird by the end of all of Fooly Cooly. I was still just like, By episode 6 in this, I feel like it does a much better job of cohesively tying a lot of it together and making things important, not just being like, here's a bunch of bullshit, like, which it kind of acts like all the way up until that. I'm just like, here's a pile of crazy. And I really, really appreciate this. I really look forward to being disappointed by episode 7.
Yeah, like I said, like, I mean, I only watched the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So I can only go off of that. Like, if it like starts tying things together and actually starts, developing, that would completely change my opinion on it. Like, right now, I'm like, it's a fun series. Like, I don't have any strong opinion of it one way or the other. It's just kind of like this weird ass roller coaster ride where I'm like, I don't know where the fuck is like while I was watching this, I had to like text my girlfriend to be like, so I'm watching this anime with this ghost kid who, and I just start describing like all the characters and like him blowing up like the Earth and shit with asteroids when he fucking gets aroused. It's like just because I needed to tell someone this entire stream of bullshit.
Yes.
It's just like, and that's just kind of how I feel. It's just like it was just a stream of crazy ass weird bullshit.
Yes.
It was entertaining bullshit, but I wasn't actually expecting it to tie together in any meaningful way. Apparently, I'm wrong. But as I've seen from the first 4 episodes, it's one of those B series. Like, I mean, it's a solid B. Yeah.
Bob, what did you think about the series? You watched episode 5.
Yeah, I honestly, I too really liked it. It's so out there. Like, you don't see anything else like this. I don't think. With so many just randomly okay, we're trying to draw in all these different inspirations, and weird stuff is going to happen, and we're not going to stop ever.
Yeah.
I do want to say, I love the character designs.
Yeah.
I really, really like the character designs. Like, I don't know what it is about them. They kind of
the shut-in blonde is just straight up Finn from Adventure Time, if you were curious.
But yeah, just like, I kind of like the rounded off look that the girls' hairs have. Like, it kind of gives me this, I don't know, there's something about it that kind of like invokes a bit of a Mega Man Legends vibe to it, just the way the girls look. I don't know.
I can kind of see Legends too, like something about that art style.
Yeah, it's just something about
that same note that those twins did.
Yeah, it's just something about that just kind of made me think of that. But I love the art style. It's it's kind of familiar, but it's not like it's not like cliched or generic. It's just I mean, I have seen things that look similar, like like Gurren Lagann's kind of similar to it.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Kill is fairly similar to it. The way that even like some of this stuff is animated at times, like it is. I would say it definitely isn't as animated as well as Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill is.
Right. I mean,
but
that's Gainax and Trigger.
Yeah, but I will definitely say. Like, at times, like when the animation budget spikes a bit, for the cool Sakuga moments, like, it definitely has that bit of like a Gainax-y feel to it. And yeah, like visually, it's a cool looking series. And what the hell are you laughing about?
I remember this fucking joke. I think it's from episode 5. It was so good. I'm serious. That joke popped into my head and I can't stop laughing. It's so stupid. Like, the turtle guy comes back, right? And some chick's like, don't shoot her, shoot me. And she's like, the guy's like, are you serious? Don't you realize this is a real gun? And he fires it. And then you hear, ugh! And advances aside. And Kick-Ass Luchador Edition is just like, you shot me! And falls off the building.
That was glorious.
Fucking good. Because it's so serious leading up to
Damn it. Now, okay, that's a pretty damn good joke. I'm gonna... honestly... Okay, so, like, because of how fucking, like, just crazy and just how rapid fire some of the weird shit it throws at you.
Yeah.
Like, by the time it actually reveals that, that Mikaton is Strange Juice, I had forgotten that Strange Juice was a character in this anime. Because so much weird shit had happened by then. I'm like, oh, right, this thing started off with a fucking superhero punching through a bus. Right.
With his crazy motorbike.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, God. How much weird shit have I seen in this one episode that I forgot the fucking glowy-haired superheroine?
Yeah, there is a lot.
Like,
and honestly,
I think that really puts it into context, just how fucking crazy...
You're so caught up in the robot and the fucking it's the medium and crazy hacker chick.
Also,
or
the robot
gamer chick.
Fucking Meika Dahatsu.
Yeah,
she is adorable.
Yes,
God, she is just the cutest thing in this series.
Have you gotten to the point where you see pictures from her youth?
Oh yeah,
she's got some real afro going on. It's fucking great.
Honestly, that's even more adorable.
Yes. It's weird. This is like an anime, like you were just saying, that juggles a ton of shit. Yeah. And this is the first one I really liked that did that. Like, most of the time when they juggle a lot of shit, I'm just like, oh God, here comes this stereotype, and here comes this stereotype. But they do a really fucking good job of developing exactly why these characters are the way they are. and that's mostly aided by the fact the main character is a disembodied ghost that sort of is a voyeur.
Right.
Like, I really like this anime. I don't know what else to... Like, the story overall is just, like, incredibly admirable from a writing perspective. I'm just like, good, yes, fucking go out the gate writing schlock bullshit for the masses.
I think this is another one written by Mages.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who is that? Because I
it's like a
noticed
writing
Mages
team.
pops up in it. The intro
They
sequence.
they do a lot of stuff. Like, they worked on Bravely Default, and they worked on Stella. What was that? It's Steingate and those robotic
fuck.
monks,
Yeah, I was
and-
like, this sort of smacks of a really good Steins Gate.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Have you seen Steins Gate?
No, I've just read a lot of review. I listened to an anime podcast. It was Anime News Network, one of the good ones.
Yeah.
And I just listened to them beat for beat explain Steins Gate, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that I want to watch that just to see.
I can loan that to you.
You want it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
It's super fucking good. Like, I made Kyle watch it. I made Aggro watch it.
Sorry, that wasn't in character. I gotta be on brand.
Yeah. Sorry, brand recognition.
Can I sell you a Pepsi Cola?
So yeah, like as soon as I finished, I was like, Aggro, take this box set, watch all of it. I need to talk to somebody about it.
Yeah, that's sort of how I feel about episode 6, which is why as soon as we're done recording, I'm making this asshole Bob watch episode 6. Because
Well, can we watch 5 so I can see 5 and then...
Sure, I'm okay with that if you're up for it. Because,
Yeah.
like, this is something... I was fucking pissed that this was the one I didn't watch with Tosh. I was like, shit, I have no one to talk to about this. Except for these two. But they haven't seen episode 6, most likely. Which I knew Bob hadn't, because
Right.
I saw his progress on his Crunchyroll account.
that you are using.
No, what? No! I paid for many months of Crunchyroll that I didn't use, so now we're getting even. That's how that
Honestly,
works.
like, I kind of feel good that I'm actually using these damn... Like, this podcast is actually making me use my Crunchyroll
See, there
account.
you go.
Though, because of this podcast, I also now have a Funimation account, which... Like, damn it, now I have to use that too. So now I'm watching fucking simuldubs.
You just start recommending things. You're like, we should definitely review this Funimation anime. Just to have an excuse to use it.
Well, Ninja Slayer is one of
Yeah,
them.
so
Oh, so
yeah.
you're already doing that?
Hey, one of our fucking viewers was just...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like in the comments section, it was
Oh.
like, have you guys seen Ninja Slayer, the masterpiece of... I was like, I don't know if the guy's being sarcastic or not. Bob,
We'll
if
find
you're
it.
being-
No,
no,
can't
okay.
say it.
It
You'll
is-
have to wait till next week when we'll review Ninja Slayer and something else. But yeah, Punchline, so fucking good. If you check it out, don't just check out like 3 episodes. I feel like you would really do a disservice to yourself
Yeah.
if you don't watch till at least 5, because 5's when it starts giving you the inkling of like,
oh man, we're gonna be serious.
we're gonna tie this together in a way that makes this meaningful. Like these elements of it tie together well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, like, though I gave it, like, yeah, it's a solid B. That's still a solid B. I mean, like,
Right.
this is, like, just for the craziness and the creativity and all just the hodgepodge of random fucking shit that they are throwing at you, that alone makes it an interesting view, at least. Like, whether or not it's a fucking masterpiece, but it's fucking fun, at least. I
Right.
can say that.
Exactly. I can't talk much more about this, otherwise I'm going to spoil the shit out of it.
Right.
Bob, do you have any closing comments?
I don't. I really don't. I'm just like, it's crazy. It has good gags. It knows when to break its serious tone
Yes.
and does it pretty well.
And that's what I really like about it, especially now that it's trying to be a meaningful, congealed piece of narrative. like I really appreciate that from a writing perspective. I'm like, God, it's so hard to balance this shit. Like, and they did it in a way that seems so... Yeah, in any case, I'm gushing. Thanks. What's up?
I would say, like, do we want to talk about intros and outros? Because, like, I would say the outros to both of the animes we watched,
We're better than the intros?
I wasn't to say it's better than intros, but, like, they were extremely well animated.
Yes.
Like, to the point to where they were better than a lot of the intros we've seen throughout this entire...
WeeaBoots.
Throughout
Yeah.
all of WeeaBoots. I was like... These are really high... Both of these are really high-budget outros. I mean, the intros were pretty good, too. I thought, like, but, like, the outros were super fucking
And the
good.
music choice was good, too. It
Yeah.
was to the point where I seriously, like, I saw the outro for Punchline and I went, so this next episode, this is going to be the intro because it seems like even more catchy than the intro.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
weird.
didn't really care for its intro. Like in Sound Euphonium, I like the intro to Sound Euphonium, but the outro
is way better.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was just like both visually and
Conceptually.
and, like all of that. And I was just like, man, these outros are really fucking good. What the hell?
Yeah, it was weird. It was real weird.
Yeah, because it wasn't even like it was like a terrible intro and a mediocre outro.
Let's not oversell them. They're nowhere as good as Rurouni Kenshin ending number 3.
I don't know that one.
What? It's the one that's like... What? What?
I don't know it. I don't remember it.
What?
I'm sorry.
You
Fuck, was that during the fucking...
It was so good!
Was that during like the fucking Shishio
I
arc?
don't know. I feel like a YouTube comment I read summed it up perfectly. It's been 2 decades since I watched this anime, or at least a decade since I watched this anime. I don't remember any of the plot or characters, but I remember this ending theme note for note. That is correct. That is exactly.
See, I mostly just remember the theme Freckles.
That is very memorable.
Yeah, because that's what stood out to me music-wise.
It
doesn't hold a light
candle.
to fucking.
Okay, apparently
I need to check out. We need to get the name of this so I can recommend it. Recommended listening.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually really liked the intros and outros of both of them. Like they looked really nice.
Heart of Sword.
I think that's another one by TM Revolution.
Oh, apparently we're just gonna play this while. Okay, Dan actually paused it. He's just gonna play this over into the damn podcast.
No, that'd be unprofessional. God. That's what a jackass knows. The sound wasn't working.
Oh, okay. Dan's gonna do it now. All right, enjoy. Oh,
Yeah, son!
yes. I thought this was an intro.
Right?
That good, son!
Yeah.
But Freckles never ended.
Yeah, I definitely noticed. Yeah, I thought this was like the second intro, not the outro.
Right? Is that good?
Okay, my mistake. Yeah, I definitely know this song.
Yeah, I don't, like, are you watching anime right now? Because you should know that song. Just search Heart of Sword, Rurouni Kenshin. Fuck, that song's good. Oh. And there's a great AMV made to it on YouTube. Not really, it's just random scenes from... Or actually,
This might be the actual outro,
I think this is like
the
the clean
outros
version.
were pretty bad.
Pretty
other than
bad
the
visually,
music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing because the song's real good.
Right.
But yeah, the endings to those 2 animes were really, really good. And I actually liked both more than their respective intros.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the intros are still solid.
Yeah.
Like they are good, solid, respectable
I would say
intros.
8s. Yeah, at least 8s. Yeah.
I actually like the Sound Euphonium one was good, but I think the Punchline intro was really good. Like
I
that,
feel
that
like
was visually like crazy. Like
It
seeing
is.
all
It
sorts
is
of
a
crazy
lot.
things.
It is a lot. It is to the point where
bombarding you in the face.
Which
Episode
honestly
5 and
is proper advertisement for that series.
Yes.
Because it is just sensory overload, which
is
honestly,
thematically on brand.
honestly, I think that may be why I didn't dig that intro so much, because
Yes.
it's just so much
It's a
shit.
cluster.
It is.
Yeah, it's just so much shit being thrown at me in such a small time frame. Like, dealing with 20 minutes of having random shit thrown at me in a narrative, okay, but just that intro, it is sensory overload, where the outro was a lot more low-key. It had in my opinion, a more catchy theme.
Yes, I agree.
What was? I feel like in Sound Euphonium, part of the outro or part of the intro is actually just taken from the outro, and like it's a full animation in the outro, and the intro is just a part of seeing her like wink or something.
Oh, weird.
It's weird.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, the outro does that thing where they hand the notebook around, and then like it's cutting between them at different stances in the classroom.
Yeah, that's like the outro even had the thing with like the red string of like fate thing between her and the other chick.
Yes.
I was just like, and that's Sound Euphonium. But yeah, I was just like, I'm like, that's a really weird thing to put in the outro. That really like all the things of that just made like. I think you got fucked up.
This season, everyone flipped them accidentally. Like, oops, these were intros. Derp.
But yeah, that pretty much sums up everything I had to say about both of those shows. you
Yeah.
know. I would say this
I gotta
is
say that Battlefront thing. If that outro was the intro, I would have been way into that immediately.
right. Seriously, because the intro is
Exactly
fucking
right.
generic as hell for a B3, but like,
But that outro is fucking great. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I cannot recommend Punchline enough. If you're going to watch it, watch to episode 6. Absolutely. Like, I know that sounds like a huge time investment. It's like 3 hours. No, it's 2 hours. 2 solid hours of anime. But damn, son, like fucking give it a check. Like, damn. Okay. In any case, join us next week for what the hell's the name of that thing you keep bringing up?
Ninja Slayer.
Ninja Slayer.
I keep bringing it up. Like I said, I only bring it up because I've heard Bob recommend it once before.
Just admit you're paid off by Funimation. Just do it.
No, more like I'm paying Funimation off. I need to use that goddamn account.
Man, you're doing this wrong.
Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage over at GigaBoots on YouTube and consider supporting us via Patreon so we can continue making WeeaBoots. Jay Fromhailzeondotcom is HailZeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Luckhash. You can check out more music from Luckhash at www.luckhash.com. Oh, and if you could, write a review for us on iTunes.